This is Team 4 presentation for the CSE 341 final project, and the Team 4 members, they include Eduardo, Gabriel, Nelson, Nico, Gabriel, Richard, and Oluwani. Our final project, we settled on credit card users, and the task for this week is to have the first two collections with Crud operations and API documentation. We used render for deployment of our work, and then as you can see, this render, it's on render, and it is a credit card API, and these are all our endpoints. We use database for storage, and you can see credit card, we have 4 collections. The collections are credit card, dispute, transaction, and users. Then for version control, we used GitHub. So this is our main branch, and you can see our code, we use the MVC architecture. Okay, and then you can see all the contributions from members, they come in as various branches. So for our first two collections, the first two collections are users and cards, and you can see all the endpoints here: get, post, get one, put, and delete, and as well the same for the cards. Now if I come in and I get all the users, this for read all, you can see these are the users here. If I want to add or create a new user, I go to post, and I'm just going to submit this without changing anything here. And so when I submit, you can see we are getting the 400 error, and this is possible because we have applied error handling in our code. And then you can see for validation, you can see it failed, and the reason is we have set the email has to be the email format, and then you have the address. So I'm going to update on that. Now I have this information that I want to create, and now when I click execute, so you can see this error shows there's something wrong here. While editing, I omitted this, so I have to put it back in there. So this is good because it shows that our error handling is working very well, and we are getting that 400 error code. And so I have corrected, and now it should create. You can see we have created this, and you can see here we have the user ID as well. Now I can get that user by going here and entering the user's ID, and you can see I've gotten that user. I can be able to update that user by coming in here, and I can update the details of the user. So before I can update this user, I'm just going back here to our database, and we're going to check for users. We should be able to see the new user that we have created, and yes, we can see is here with all the information that we have provided, like that. So now we can go back, and we're going to update this user information. So when we look at the database here, we can see this is the email, so we are going just to update on the email alone. So let me update this email to, let's say, Nico, like that. And so when we post that email, it should be able to change also in our database. So when we refresh our data, we should be able to see that it has changed successfully. Okay, so we can also delete this user. To do so, we'll need the user ID. So we'll come in here and we are going to enter the user ID, and boom, you can see 204 code, which means no content. So even if we go back to search this user, get one, if we search here, we should get that the user doesn't exist. You can see we are getting null, meaning our user no longer exists, so we don't have that user. So next is for the cards, which is our second collection, and we can be able to see all the cards that we got here, and we can be able to also create. So we are creating a card. You can see the card has been created with all the information here, and we can still be able to check this card's information by just coming in here and we enter the card ID, and you can see we have all that. We can update this card by coming here under put, and we can update. So when we check our database, we want to update the card brand. So from our database, when we go to credit card, we can see here it's gold. So we want to change this from gold to, let's just say, normal. So updated. When you go to our database and we refresh, we can see our card has changed to normal, and then we can be able to also delete the card. So to delete the card, we just come in here and we enter the card ID. Perfect. It's deleted, as you can see, 204, no content. So all our endpoints are working fine. Our database is also working fine, and we have used GitHub version control, and you can be able to see all the branches that we have for our code. And we have used the MVC architecture. So we are looking forward to your feedback. Thank you.